What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of A Wolf in Geek's Club, and hosted by yours truly, Wolfson. And with me, as always, my special guest that always comes around, my brother from another mother, Mike Phoenix Hero. Let's go!
What up?
How's it going, brother? Welcome back again.
I'm doing good.
All right, bro. So let's get down with the shiznits, man. Let's talk about TCG. Let's talk about that ban list that just dropped literally
the
end at the end of YCS Anaheim. So for those of you who don't know, this past weekend, Yu-Gi-Oh! YCS happened in Anaheim, California, where they literally announced that, at the end of the finals, we're announcing the forbidden list for the next format, and it's gonna drop and it's gonna be effective immediately after it was announced. So took me by surprise, and I kind of like this more approach of ban list. They did some fixing. They've been a little bit more vocal about it, even though we weren't expecting it. We kind of expected a little bit later, but it's a good film that they're like, hey, we're dropping a ban list and it's going to be right after this. I was like, okay, direct communication. I like that. That's much more better than, sometime by the end of this month, or by the end of this week, or by the end of today or tomorrow. Yeah, what a complete change of like from last ban list announcement to now ban list. So before we get into it, I just want to say kudos on them. I gotta give them on Konami on that aspect that they're trying to be better at it.
I mean, they can just do what the OCG does and just tell you like 2-3 weeks in advance, hey, we're dropping it.
Yeah,
they could have told us 2 weeks ago that they're dropping the ban list at Anaheim.
Right.
They basically told us like, hey, you're getting the ban list end of the tournament. Same thing. Like, it's kind of weird.
Right.
It was better than telling us like August 1st, telling us end of month. I'll give them that, but
there's still room to improve. There's still room to improve. And I'm glad that they're actually improving a lot more better than before. Because before it was more like we always say. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take wherever I can get. And how did you feel how they announced it?
The actual like announcing it.
Yeah, like the actual announcement, how they actually perfected it, how they, the swag that came in along, the way they approached it.
I like the showmanship. I just don't think. I mean, no offense to Jerome, but like, I don't know. Like, I can't take him that seriously.
Yeah,
like I understand what they're going for. Like again, the showmanship is good. I just think they could have had like other people, whatever, like more. You know what? I can't really say. I don't know if Jerome is a big part of the community because I'm very like more of a local player than like a national level. So I also don't want to say like, I don't know who Jerome is, but then all these people that attend every single YCS, whatever, like, yo, we know Jerome. Like, but my thoughts, maybe if they had like an ex YCS champ, that'd be kind of lit. Presenting it. If Jerome has to be there, that's cool. But like, hey, we got YCS, whoever, that'd be kind of cool. Bringing back like old people just to read the ban list other than Jerome. But overall, like, it was interesting because typically when they post it, they post the forbidden first.
Mm-hmm.
And this time they like was hyped. They hyped it by like doing the unlimits first. Unlimit, semi, limit, and then forbidden. Where again, if you go on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, it's always forbidden is first.
Yeah.
So they did reverse. So like I like the format. I don't know if Jerome is the right person to do it. Again, no shade or anything against him. I just really don't know him. But I did like, like they made it like an event at the end of the YCS.
Right. Like they made that, like they rewarded people for actually, participating in the YCS or coming over to the YCS in a sense. And the reward was, like, hey, you stay tuned. You're gonna get yourself a treat. You're gonna get the band list firsthand from us right here.
Yeah.
So I mean, good step in a good direction, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, in the comments that they were making was cool too when they're reading the Tenpai stuff and they were like, "Sorry to the runner up," blah blah blah, like giving nod to like, this is why we have to do it because the runner up was Tenpai, so we're gutting it.
A little bit more explanation. They could do better, but hey, all I'm seeing is a good steps to good direction. So there's still a lot to improve. There's still a long way to go, but I'm glad because this is a different conversation from the past couple of episodes that you and me have talked about band lists throughout the year and how crappy they announce or how stupid they're running the things, or it's a different tone versus this one. This one we were like, okay, I'm happy the way the announcement. However, not too thrilled about the cards that are being hit in the ban list.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a different topic. Yeah. But again, in the day, like also like we're praising them, but it's like the OCG has already mastered it. Like years ago, it's like it's like good job. Even though the OCG already knows how to do this for years, like OCG is like, you're getting the ban list in 2 weeks on this date.
I still don't know how and why they haven't done what the OCG does. Like I don't understand what's the. It's not hard. You just basically follow what the OCG does and just apply it to the TCG. You already got the formula. You already got what you need. You just bam. I don't know why is it so difficult to actually do it like that. Like the lack of communication that comes out of it. It's, I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous.
No, I agree. Yeah.
But hey, we're talking about Konami TCG at the end of the day, so we can't expect much, But I'm overall gotta give them a B plus on this. They compared to the Fs that they've been having for the couple of years of announcing the ban list, this was a great direction. So that's gotta give it to him with credit as due. So they good job on them, And showmanship, the announcement, just, overall, they did a good job. Their job on the showmanship. So they did great things. Now, when it comes to the cards that I'm seeing in the ban list, I have my mixed feelings about it. And I don't, and it's like what you said in your video. For those of you who hasn't seen Mike Phoenix's Heroes video, be sure to check it out on his channel. They basically hit the cards to make Rizzo and Malice the Nets format cards, the Nets tier 0 cards. We already know it was gonna happen, but it was just so plain obvious. And now they're just trying to push cards to sell for the Nets core set that's happening in January, which is gonna be a deadbeat set. It's one of those like bad sets because it's only getting like support cards. There's not really any chase cards per se, unless you're a fan of a certain archetype or certain deck that you're playing. I'm pretty sure there's like the most cards that people are looking for is the Primite support, because that's what people need to effectively play Blue Eyes much more competitively. I haven't looked at the card list in a while, so I can't make an assessment right now. I just know that as those are like probably the top, if not the White Forest support that's gonna have that potentially can make White Forest competitively. Too early to tell. I haven't seen that much in the LCG, so I don't know if it's gonna be like that here in the TCG. But moving to the ban list, free cards were banned. Simple. Gimme Puppet Nightmare, Jogan the Spiritualist, and Original Sinful Spoil Snake Eye. I they should just. I don't know why they should have just banned Albion at that point.
Yes, I even in my video, I'm like, just ban Sanctifier because now people are gonna play Ross Disciple.
Yeah.
And then I think there's another card you can play. Like, yeah, you can just play any Floodgate, you know,
like
summon it.
Like how many
cards?
Like how many cards they banned?
Expulsion.
Yeah. Like how many cards have they banned so that way people could still play Sanctifier? Before Jogan and Gimmick, there was like other cards, wasn't there?
Yeah, Ross Disciple, that's what I'm saying. I think Idol,
yes. And then they banned Expulsion.
Yeah. They banned Expulsion because they're like, hey, this card is too toxic. It summons anything on your opponent's field. And then they made Sanctify and they're like, let's just hit every other card. It's like Hauki Fibrax. But okay, but this is the thing. This is the thing I don't get. And they hit Branded Fusion. They want people to stop playing Branded. There's like Konami hates when people don't move on decks, right? They make a good deck, it's a matter of relevant for a bit, and then they want you to move on.
Yep.
You don't move on, and after a while, they're like, okay, we're going to hit your deck because, like, we don't want it. For some reason, you're bringing it to the YCS, and you're getting the coverage, and we don't want to see it anymore. They hit Branded Fusion. And I'm like, okay. And then a lot of people are like, wow, Branded Fusion at 1 sucks. Because if you open it and I ash it, that's it. Like, you may not have any place. But then they should just do the same in Insectifier to be like, yeah, you also don't get a boss monster anymore. But instead they're hitting Gimmick Puppet and Jogan. And it's like, again, people are like, I will say that Gimmick Puppet is not a floodgate because it is a restriction when you play the deck. Like when you play Gimmick Puppets, it's a restriction on you to not like, to keep the entire deck like within the archetype. But Albion messes up the gameplay mechanic where it's like, well, I'm just gonna summon it on my opponent and then they can't summon anything. So like that's not a fault of the Gimmick Puppet. Like Gimmick Puppet, like that's a restriction. That's like saying if I were to summon like a hero, like if for some reason I could activate like Fusion Destiny on my opponent's field,
right,
and then lock them into Dark Heroes. Like it's not an effect because of Dark. Like the Floodgate is not Dark. The Floodgate is not Fusion Destiny. The Floodgate, is whatever enabled me to put that card on my opponent's field. In this case, is Albion. Like Albion lets me break, game mechanics or intended, game restrictions, So Albion should be hit, but instead of like, no, let's just hit, Gimmick Puppet, Jogan. I mean, like, yeah, anyone can play Jogan, fine. But like, it's just dumb that Gimmick Puppet got hit because they don't want to hit Sanctifier. Wow, and again, they're trying to kill Branded. So, and they're like, oh, well, if we get rid of Gimmick Puppet, they might stop playing it. It's like, no, they're just gonna play Raw Disciple. So, like, are we really gonna ban Raw's Disciple next ban list because people are still like? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just dumb. And when people cheer for Gimmick Puppet being banned, I'm like, no,
it's
a restriction.
It's stupid
on your own deck.
Yeah. And then again, how often are you actually facing a branded player and Gimmick Puppets you? Like, how often is that? How often, and if you're a pro player, how often you're seeing that on a national, on a regional, on a YCS? It's not that. Again, it's not that often. You're not out, and sometimes some of these branded players, they cannot last long on these regionals. We haven't seen a first place YCS or a runner-up YCS from a branded since like when? Unless I'm mistaken, but last time I have checked.
I mean,
they top.
Pack top with it.
They top it
this year, but
he didn't win, or it wasn't.
Yeah, he didn't win.
Yeah,
and it was before the Branded Fusion hit.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Just like Pack playing that deck really upset them, and you're like, we're hitting the deck.
It's ridiculous, and
they hit the deck, like actually hit Sanctifier, like.
And then how many times, and it comes again into another ban list. It's like, we're hitting Gimmick Puppets and Jogan. It's like, what? Like you're hitting somebody that's like, bro, I have nothing to do with this. Go hit Tenpai. Go hit Snake Eyes. Go hit some other meta deck. Why are you hitting me? Like, we haven't done anything. We're just playing. We're just in the room. And it's something that you and me always talk about. We always talk about don't hit the end board, hit the enablers. Yeah. Hit the cards that enables you to those ridiculous end boards. That's why I completely disagree with all those hits like Appaloosa and Savage and Barone and all those cards that are, yes, they're completely bonkers and super generic or whatnot. But to me, they're not a problem because you need them. They can only be used on certain decks. It cannot be used on all decks. And they're not the reason why this tier 1, tier 0 deck is tier 0 deck. No. It's the enabling cards that enables them to power up to get to that point. Like, it's enables. It's the same reason why hockey was a broken ass card. It's an enabler. And Verte Anaconda too. And they had to hit cards all around it before they decided, oh yeah, these 2 cards are a problem. Like, hit the enablers. And not only hit the enablers, better yet, Konami, don't make enablers that broken. Make it more archetype dependent. Like, don't make cards that are stupidly broken that eventually they're just gonna ban it. And then when it comes with the branded part, like, again, guys, we're not branded players. We're not trying to like defend branded as much as possible. Like, we could care less about it. It's just it's a waste of time. Just hit, like, how many more since branded became branded, and then we're talking about when branded became a thing. When was it? 2021 or 2022? 2021, when the structure deck came out, right?
Well, the cards came out before the structure deck.
The Despia cards, yes, but Despia wasn't a thing until the structure deck came. When the structure deck came, because they had the Lobelian and Mirror J, and they had the free copies of Branded Fusion. That's when Branded started to become a little bit more competitive. So you're telling me from 2021 all the way to 2024, you've been consistently hitting Branded, and they still playing around. Their power creep is completely down low. I don't consider Branded a tier 1. Tier 2, perhaps. So you ultimately almost killed the deck itself. The deck cannot be that, and you still continue to hit the deck because you guys believe it's OP. What about these other decks that we got that are much more problematic? But why is Branded is an issue? Because you guys gave Branded ridiculous cards, ridiculous enablers that they're still around. Now, you really want to kill Branded? Kill the enable cards. I bet you $100 that if they unlimit Branded Fusion and kill Sanctifier by banning it, it won't change much. But now, hey, you just gave Branded, like, okay, Raw Disciple, let's go. Everybody's on Raw Disciple. So that's why the ban list itself makes the forbidden cards. Those 2 cards make no sense. However, Snake Eye, that caught me off guard a little bit. I knew they were gonna hit Snake Eyes. I didn't realize they were actually gonna ban a card for them, and they actually banned the enable card that gets you to extend more combos. So kudos on them, Snake Eyes. It needed to go. I have no disagreements with that. What about you?
I don't have any issues that they got rid of it. Like, they got rid of it, so all the that card basically bridges, right? Like, it bridges to Fire Kings, it bridges to Rescue Ace. That's why they had to hit, Airlifter, and now that OOS is gone, they went and pushed Airlifter back to 3 because Airlifter by itself, Rescue Ace by itself doesn't do anything. None of it doesn't do anything, but you get it. Like, there's a bridge between Snake Eyes and
Fire King as Rescue Ace.
Fire Kings, yeah, and Rescue Ace. So the hit was good. I don't know. Like, was the deck even that strong anymore? Like, I still think Ash and Poplar to 1 were just very good hits. Like, fundamentally, like those cards to 1 really hurt it. You don't have any follow up. Like, I can just play my whole deck, right? And again, it kept losing to Tempai because Tempai can just board break you like multiple times and you don't have any follow up. Right. Wow, my only Poplar is gone. Wow, my only, Snake Eyes Ash is gone. Like, I can't re-enable my stuff. So I don't know. I thought the deck was already pretty hit, well. I mean, yeah, now if you play Azamina, it's not going to be with Snake Eyes because you can bridge it into Snake Eyes. So you're only going to play Azamina.
Yeah.
With White Forest or, Diabell, but just Diabell. Like, I get it. They really wanted to kill Snake Eyes, but I felt like, again, those 2 cards hit the 1 were already good, but they just were like, this is the nail in the coffin. They're like, we do not want you playing this card. We don't want you playing this archetype anymore, which is fine.
This is fine.
Yeah,
I have no issues. I thought I was like, oh, finally. I feel like you should have done this before. Maybe you would have killed that card before and leave Poplar and Ash alone. But hey, okay, I'll take whatever I can get. I think they did it more so that way Azamina, because Azamina are getting support and it's set. And it's gonna be ridiculous. And you will wanna have Diabell Star on it. So I'm pretty sure they're just killing off any remnants of Snake Eye. So you guys can just only focus on Azamina and only focus on this deck and whatnot. Which I thought because of the support that's coming, I thought they were gonna like limit Wanted or Diabell Star, but like nope.
No, they don't care.
Yeah, no.
It's a completely different approach from the OCG.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I think here they're like certain decks they blatantly hate and they're like, we're killing it. Over there, they just like slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Like they killed Tier here like immediately. Not immediately, sorry. It went on for almost a year. And then Cashier came out and they're like, Tier's gone. Like everything to 1. And effectively you cannot play everything at 1 while fighting a walking, Cosmos and possibly Shifter.
Right.
And then for here, over there, like they were still hitting random Tier cards like up till like 6 months ago. They're like, yeah, let's hit like that synchro that's banned here, the Chaos Dragon, whatever.
Chaos Dragon. Yeah, the Chaos Ruler.
They just hit that recently over there. That's what I'm saying. It's like they don't like here. We're just like when they want to like not sell a product anymore and they want to deck destroy. They know where to hit it. They're like here. They're like OOS banned, so now you can't bridge to other stuff. And then Poplar and Snake Eyes to 1 already, so no one's gonna play Snake Eyes. Like they don't care. OCG might take it like a little bit slower and slower. Here they're just like, we want this gone, promote new product or whatever.
Seriously.
So OOS was to me not needed, but it shows that it's the final nail in the coffin of like you can play the new strategies, you can play the Azamina, you can play White Forest, you can play this and that, but you cannot play with Snake Eyes anymore. That's that's the end message. It's like the year of the fire is over.
Yeah, finally, the year of the fire is done. Like we lived it, was fun, been there, done that. And here to all our Konami agents out there, to all those dick riding Konami guys that doesn't believe in us when we tell them Konami ban cards or limit cards to sell cards. Like, come on, guys. What's coming up in the next corset? Azamina cards. People don't, Konami doesn't want you to continue to play Snake Eyes. They want you to focus on Azamina. Oh, okay, hold on. Bam, let me ban these cards. Now you have to play Azamina. Now you have to buy these cards. It's pretty freaking obvious, but hey, what do we know, right? And like you say, it's the end of the fire. It's the end of the fire. The year itself is done with fire. We're moving on to other things. Limited section. They hit Tempai pretty hard. They hit them with limiting Chandra and Sengen Kaiman. Now
hold on. I was looking at the OCG list. I just realized Wanted and Diablo are both at 1 over there.
Yeah, that's why I was telling you, is like, I'm surprised that they didn't hit Wanted.
I thought they were 2 over there. I thought they were semi-limit over there.
No. They were all 1.
They're
because of Asamina. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, and Bonfire is at 2, right? No, 1.
No, it's a 1.
Oh my god.
And Brazil's still topping, which is ridiculous. With 1 Bonfire. But they play like 7 Tachyons and 2 copies of 7 Accessions. And all the Mat Cs that you can think of, you know. But yeah, I mean, Tenpai, they didn't effectively kill Tenpai, but they hit Tenpai pretty hard. Now it's like, now if anybody is a Tenpai, wants to continue to play Tenpai, they have to play the bad spell card that recycles these one-offs now. Like, they have no other option but to play it. And eliminate Chandra to 1, like, oof. You
essentially only have 2 tuners, right?
They have Chandra and Genroku. Those are the only tuners. So hitting Chandra,
but it's summoned as a tuner when you add it to hand, right?
When it's summoned,
Genroku. Like, when does it become a tuner?
Yes, it is when it is added to the hand. Special summon this card as a tuner, and you can increase it by 1 if you want to.
Yeah, so basically you don't have 2 tuners, right? You can get the Chandra, hard draw it, or you have to hard draw, or I guess not hard draw, but you have to get the Sangan Kaiman, which is only at 1 now. So so that's what I'm trying to say. Essentially, you only have 2 tuners.
They hit them pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie to it. It's a pretty good hit on Tenpai. I mean, they didn't really have to hit him that hard, but yeah, I mean, that's the fastest I've seen meta deck like that getting killed that pretty quick.
Because it came out in
this year, like
Legacy of Destruction. Yeah,
it's only been like what, half a year.
2 core sets.
Yeah.
It's been that info and then
Rage.
Rhoda.
Yeah. And how long has been Snake Eyes? Since last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, they essentially hit it hard, you know? And they also, I mean, I don't know. Sengen Kaiman, they could have just limited Sengen Kaiman to 2. Because they already limit the field spell. It's already like, it hurts as it is with having 1 field spell. They could have just limited to 2. Limited to 1 is like, ooh, that's bad. And Chandra hurts. It's really, really bad. So now you have to play. You need to have Bestial Magnamon in there. You have to have Blaster in there. Like, now you have to, like, I don't know, find more ways to go out with this deck. And now you have to be very careful, because before you don't have to be careful. Before you could give a shit. You just go second all the way and just ball break the entire board and then then GG, and that's it. Now you have to be extremely careful that they don't have something in particular that can just stop your Kaiman or your Chandra. Now it's much more limited. I don't think Tenpai is gonna last long now. I think that, like, unless they're gonna give more support down the road, this probably be the end of Tenpai, unfortunately. It sucks because I like the deck. It's a good thing I had a good run with it. They'll also limit Phantom of Yubel to 1, which didn't essentially hit Yubel that hard. I know they're playing 2 copies originally, so hitting to 1 now they're much more careful about it, but it doesn't really kill the deck itself or hit them as much they hit Tenpai. And they finally bring a Zodiac card, not Trident, but they brought another Zodiac, Barrage.
Barrage, yeah.
I mean, I know you were happy that they finally bring out one of the Zodiac cards, because it made no sense. Zodiac are not doing anything right now, but at that point, if they were gonna bring back Barrage, they might as well brought back Trident as well. to limit to one. I'm like Barrage is not gonna essentially do anything on Zodiac that I'm aware of. Well, Barrage does anything? Like, would it just make or break the deck?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so
again, like they can just bring the whole Zodiac back because again, there's better Zeus decks. Like, was the endboard for Zodiac was just having a giant Zeus.
Yeah,
and now it's like, cool, Pearly does that, and Pearly does it better because now you have a card that cannot be like interacted with.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, and I like again, like I feel maybe they're hesitant because they're like, you know what, like with the Rizal, you can go into the
Zodiac
the Zodiac, and maybe you go Bob, whatever, but Zodiac, they can just bring it, bro.
Yeah, Raziel does a better job than better board than Zodiac. So it's like you don't want to waste your resources on Zodiac if you're playing Raziel.
Yeah, I mean, also it's not just Trident; it's Broad Bull is also banned.
Oh, really? Broad Bull? Oh, I didn't realize there was another one.
And is that one Rapier or Rapier?
Yeah, I know one of the cards. It's one.
That one is that one. Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, just bring back those cards. Bring it back to one. It's like not doing much, honestly. I don't know. I feel like they could have also limit Fiendsmith, I guess.
No, I feel like it's too soon.
You think so?
It barely came out right before Rhoda.
Well, remember they hit and ban cards right after a certain course. We talked about it before. They can do it.
The thing is,
I mean they banned the Fiendsmith. What are we talking about? The Fiendsmith fusion.
Yeah, but that's just like one burn. It's a burn card. Like,
but we both agree.
I just don't think they should kill the engine. Like, they should not kill the engine or hit the engine anymore than that.
Okay.
I feel like if they're gonna hit it, at least in like 2 more core sets.
Right. What was the other card that I thought that was like they could have limited? Was there any card? Was there any decks that we were like, they should have limit this card as well that you can think of? Oh. Something that you said it very clearly in the video that I didn't see in the limited list. It was Castira cards.
Oh well, yeah. I was gonna go like at the end. Yeah, people are idiots.
Or Shifter,
like Dr. House,
or Shifter, bro. Shifter. Neither.
I have a funny like Reddit.
Neither Shifter nor Fenrir or Unicorn are hit. They neither one of them are limited to one. So what does that tell you? They're never gonna touch them. So guys, stop crying over the comment section or in the Twitter posts or in the Reddits or in the Discords or the YouTube comments or whatever. Stop fucking crying about Shifter and Castira. If they haven't hit them now, they're never gonna hit them. Especially now that Malice is a menace right now with Shifter, they're not gonna hit them. It's just not. They're not gonna hit Shifter. And you telling me that Malice plays better without Shifter, and that could be a fin later down the road where people are like, I like Shifter. I like making things difficult for people, but this deck plays better without it. So
the thing is, like, people can cry that Shifter is unfair. I'm just tired of them every ban list saying it's finally getting hit. That's my issue. Like, you can cry that the card is unfair. I agree. Like, it shuts down a whole mechanic, and that's from someone that plays Shifter decks. But like, Shifter shuts down your graveyard. But the thing is, every single ban list, everyone's like, we're in a position to ban it. We're in a position to limit it. We're in a position to finally. And it's like, no,
just shut up. It's never gonna happen. They didn't do it for flu format.
They didn't do it for cash. They didn't do it for.
They're not gonna do it on Malice format now. Like,
no.
So stop where you're whining, please. Stop. It's actually very annoying. hearing all of you guys Shifter is gonna get bad. It's like, well, they didn't do it in this list, so let's move on, guys. Oh, and they didn't touch Fenrir. Fenrir has been free since the very beginning. They haven't touched it. They're never gonna touch it.
My only worry is if they added to Rarity Collection 4, and then they're like, okay, we can ban it now. But it's also like,
interesting.
The top deck didn't play Fenrir. The top deck played, Fiendsmith. And like, yeah, the YCS Bologna, sure, people were playing like Fiendsmith Cash, but that was just for one YCS. And now it's like, we're going to go back to, not back, but saying now everyone's playing Yugioh Banlist. Like, so yeah, someone can bring Cash to, that format or whatever, but to me, it's not like big enough for them to be like, yeah, we're going to hit it or limit or whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, I won't deny, yes, Banish face down is crazy. Look at your opponent's extra deck is crazy, but it's like, it's just not enough for Konami to be like, yeah, we have to hit this entire archetype because of some unfair, like, or degen like interaction, because it's not enough to top.
Right,
it's not enough to win it. Like, it's not enough. Like, you're just having a bad day. You had a bad day because I hate your closed moon and now you can't bridge into, Fiendsmith, but it is what it is. But yeah, so someone on Reddit was asking, funny enough, they're asking about Unchained because they were saying how Yugioh pops, right? Like the boss, the dual drive pops, and they're like, well, wouldn't Unchained just pop everything? Or sorry, like, wouldn't it pop my Unchained cards? And then they said something like, something about Shifter. They're like, oh, the turtle time versus Swallows and Shifter. And then someone said like Malice can compete due to Shifter. And then someone who got like -30 was like, Shifter's in a position to be banned. This was literally hours. This was hours before they said the ban list was gonna drop. So then a bunch of people went after the ban list dropped and kept spamming like element field. Like this age poorly. Downvote. Yeah. The thing is, this is what I said. I said, no, it isn't. I said they didn't care about it in cash format. But then again, someone always tries to defend and they're like, that's why they hit a Rise Heart instead of Fenrir. And
congratulations.
I'm like, what?
You played yourself.
Exactly. So this is what I said. I said, what a weird comparison. They hit a Rise Heart because he is consistent macrocosmos. Shifter has to be hard drawn and it can't even be searched properly. Example, if you go into Power Prosperity, into Shifter, it's dead. Like, you can't activate Shifter because now the Power Prosperity goes to grave.
Right.
So you have a dead Shifter. So I said, so then I'm like, I'm not sure why Fenrir is brought into this conversation. It's like they're trying to say like, yeah, a Rise Heart being a macrocosmos. They're like, yeah, because that is banned, then Shifter should be banned. It's like, okay, but Shifter is a hard drawn card. You have to hard draw it. You can't even search into it.
There is
you can't search. You can't.
There's nothing.
If I use Pot of Greed, if I use like 100 Pot of Greed to go into it, it's dead because there's something in my graveyard. And it's also Saki because if I start doing my combos and then next turn I, top deck Shifter, it's dead.
Yeah.
It's dead. I just drew a brick. Like, saying a Rise Heart is an example. It's not an example because a Rise Heart, any Castillo is a full card combo. And you can play around Nibiru because some people are just playing around Nibiru and saying like, I got my Floodgate, I got my, Macrocosmos in 4 summons pass. Like, that's so different than having to hard draw essentially a brick. Like, if you hard draw an opening hand is the best card ever. If you draw anything after, turn 1, you lose. Like, it's not that you lose, it's just you just break. People, again, I don't mind people crying about Shifter, but comments like, oh, we're in a position where it could be banned. Oh, like, Konami's going to hit it this time. It's like, no, they're not. They don't care. Like, again, when the best deck is a banish heavy deck, guess what card goes out of the format? Shifter. And then even when the best deck is graveyard reliant, tier, Snake Eyes, all these cards, Shifter decks don't top it. Because Shifter's not enough to kill it. Like Shifter, all it does is just like get me maybe some random player, like maybe some pro player's gonna cry and be like, I lost a Shifter, but it's like, yeah, but that's what happens. You had a bad matchup. But like Shifter is not enough to just carry someone through an entire tournament. That's what I think people don't seem to understand. I know I'm preaching, I know I'm ranting, I don't care because it's just annoying. That's like Shifter is not worthy of being banned.
Let's say it louder to the people in the backs that the people that they can't hear you. Yeah, say it louder for those because they're saying stupid shit like that. Like,
and then also like there's a bunch of cards that for some reason interact with banishment. Like even Snake Eyes, Oak was like summoned from banishment. Why? Like the whole deck is interacts with the graveyard, and it's like, oh, or banishment, like, oh, in case this card got banished, you can now summon it regardless. Like, there's so many cards that, interact with banishment that, like, it's almost like they're like, yeah, let's not kill the deck if you fully get shifted, Because again, when I was playing against Juan, I shifted him and he still made a crazy board. I was like, yeah, like my shifter did nothing against the Snake Eyes, whatever pile of Snake Eyes he was playing, because I'm like, yeah, like. Yeah, so shifters were not hit. Like I said in my video, it was never get hit. Unicorn. Yeah, Unicorn sucks because the extra deck is tight, but it's not, again, like no one is winning a tournament with Unicorn alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not playing I'm not playing 37 board breakers in hand traps and then playing 3 unicorns and be like, yeah, I can win because of Unicorn.
Bro, wouldn't that be crazy that you are only playing Unicorn and Fenrir and that's it? Those are the only cards, and everything else is just like boat breakers and hand traps.
See, like I kind of just might want to do that just for YCS Orlando, just to have like some like legend of me going around, like saying, like, yeah, like some pro players, like, yeah, I flew to Orlando and I lost to 3 Fenrir, 3 Unicorn, and just every hand trap combination impossible.
Bro, the legend of Mike Phoenix hero. He became a hero.
That's not a hero. Honestly, like I don't know what I'm playing for YCS Orlando.
When is it again? You said it was the first week of February?
February 1st and 2nd, or maybe 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
I need the signups are not out yet, but the dates are announced. I just don't remember top of my head. I just know it's like that first weekend.
Yeah.
My issue is I can either keep playing cash because everyone says, I'm the cash master at this point. I had someone came at the shop and they're like, oh yeah, you're the cash master. I have never talked to them. So I think like other people were like, yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think other people were saying, yeah, like this guy plays cash tier. Whatever.
The mills have been turning. People are talking about you. And it's like, oh yeah, don't go to Mac Cards because there's this guy that plays cashier only and he tops all the time.
What's funny is that he told me he plays Kashtira himself.
Oh.
And he was like, he's like, I didn't bring, he said he was playing a different deck, but he was like, yeah, I didn't want the mirror match against a cash master, against the cash master. I was like, okay.
Yo, that's what's up.
So the thing is, like, I could do that. I could play the meta. I could just play Malice. Add my spice to it. Or I could do my namesake and bring the evil heroes. Because like, even if I go bottom table, I'll be like, I did it for the channel. Like I'm the only person that took pure evil heroes to it. And now people can stop crying and be like, oh, well, you don't go to higher tournaments. Even though I do play at regionals, people still like sometimes cry like, oh, you never got anything higher. It's like, okay, I went to YCS with my namesake, representing heroes and just being like, yeah, like I did something different, So that's where I'm at Crossroads.
I'm
my bad, but I didn't mean to derail though.
No. I'm loving this. I 100% loving this. Got me thinking. It got me thinking for YCS if I decided to go. Wow. Shit. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and again, I'll be at YCS Orlando. So if you guys see me, like, don't feel afraid to just come up and call me a troll if you want.
Like,
or at least come and say hi. Yeah.
Yeah, at least say hi. if you come and say troll, it's like fuck off.
I wouldn't say that. I'll be like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm looking at this forbidden list, bro. I don't know. I think they could have. The thing is, like, this is the limit list. So basically, like, Konami always goes, anything that's banned goes to the limit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to see. I think Heavy Storm.
I'm surprised that Heavy Storm
like,
hasn't. They haven't released it.
Master Duel and OCG.
Yeah,
and then another card that they're trolling with is Summon Sorceress. They already errated it because don't forget when they brought back Ancient Fairy Dragon, they just said like it's becoming unlimited. Or sorry, it's becoming unlimited. Whatever, or sorry, limited. Whatever they said.
Yeah,
but it said effective, and then they put the date
errata
of the product.
Yeah,
the date of the product that's coming out. So I'm like that. The fact that I still don't see Summon Sorceress, I'm like, dude, why are they afraid of this card? Like it's not doing anything.
And they did errata it. Yeah, so
they did. Yeah, in the OCG. That's what I'm saying. Like they don't care.
Which also brings me on the next one, which is the semi-limited list that they semi-limited monkey board. Like at this point, like guys, Pendulums has what? Who plays Pendulums? What's Pendulum doing right now? The Pendulum Master won YCS Anaheim with not Pendulums, but guess what? Rizio Fiendsmith, to be precise.
Fiendsmith, yeah.
That was a crazy take. But hey, he won with what? Rizio Fiendsmith, not Pendulum.
Yeah.
No, he went Rizio Spears. So if the Pendulum player itself is not playing Pendulums, who else is playing Pendulums? And who cares about playing Pendulums?
Yeah.
Take a look.
But you know what? I'm still looking at the list for what things that could have gone to limit. Spiral Master Plan.
I feel like some degenerate fuck out there is gonna do something crazy with spirals.
But that doesn't matter. And then Prank Kids Meow Meow Mew.
Bring back Meow Meow Mew. Bring back Meow Meow Mew. Come on. It's not doing anything. It's not gonna do anything now. The Appaloosa is done. So essentially they just have to focus on their own engine. So yeah, Meow Meow, come on.
And then what I'm looking at right now is and this is kind of because of Master Duel, Nightmare Goblin.
Oh,
Mermaid.
Nightmare Mermaid and Goblin.
Like they got fully unlimited, right? Fully unlimited in Master
Duel. Yeah. I would not mess with that. I would not mess with that.
But why? We don't have Apple. Like it don't matter. Like you said, like what good rank 4 do we have?
I don't know. It's just my PTSD during the TOS format. Nightmare. It goes because the way they Orcus plays with Goblin and Mermaid is that Mermaid gives you Nightmare on special summon to the board.
Mm-hmm.
That's how and once you got Nightmare, you just go to Galatea. Because the way they do it, it was like, oh, go to Goblin and then link off Goblin to Mermaid, Mermaid effect to get to Orcus Nightmare. And then you link up to Galatea, and then you just do more Orcus shenanigans. And now that Orcus is at full power because they got Harp Horror, and they're gonna have Orcus support later down the road, I think it's best not to unleash those type of beasts. Because I remember they also use it to link up to Rusty Bardish, and then you got some some Phantom Knight shenanigans on Orcus.
I don't care, bro. I love the chaos. Plus, it's not gonna be Rizio, bro. So let's
no. I agree. I agree. Like
Rizio.
It's not gonna be Rizio.
It's not gonna be Malice. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna be Cancer playing against, but then at the same time, it's like, yeah, but my opponent's playing Rizio. It's even more.
Yeah.
I feel like those cards can come back. But yeah,
I mean, just like Cyberjar. Like Cyberjar is off. Because I didn't know it was banned to this point. Who plays flip cards now? And then the danger cards, Jackal, Sushinoko.
Whoa. Who plays flip card?
Subterror?
Mimigul.
Oh, so you think Mimigo players will play Cyberjar?
I don't know. They play random stuff. Random flip. They literally play random flip monsters. They could add it. I don't like. It is what it is.
All right, any Mimigo players out there, please let me see you play Cyberjar in your deck. I'm very curious. No, is it a neg for them because Cyberjar's effect allows you to special summon from your hand as many monsters as possible that is able to regular normal summon? Oh no, it's a plus for them. So because then they'll have all their monsters are level 1 and 2. So they could just literally either have them phase up or have them all of them phase down. And that's crazy as it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
and also like they're putting monsters on the opponents, right? So like
yeah. So
their spaces are going to be used up.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Their zones are used up. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not a Mimigo expert.
You know what? At that point, if they had Cyberjar out, they should have just unbanned Fiberjar. Fiberjar is a ridiculous card. But I would like to see Fiberjar play at this modern day age. That would be crazy. I want to see Fiberjar at and shit like that. Eva 2-2 and then Monkey Board is like, okay, who cares? Drytron is not doing anything. And then lastly, the unlimited section. Literally all the cards.
You skipped the dangers.
No, I said all the danger cards, Sushinoko and Jackalope, the two.
Oh, you said them? I didn't hear you. My bad.
No, you're good. And then lastly,
I mean, I heard some people want to play. First of all, if people are playing tier danger, like stop. And then second, I've seen some people sit there and play Thunder Danger. That actually sounds interesting.
There was a time that Thunder Danger was a thing. So, I mean,
Colossus at 3.
Yeah, Colossus at 3. That's the unlimited section. Colossus at 3, which made sense because it's not doing anything. Thunder Dragons are not doing anything. All the Dragon Rulers are around. Pancake Tops is finally to 3. Ib not doing anything. Opening of the Spirit Gates back at 3. So, helps Jubel with the combos, but with Phantom at 1, it's just like I trade one for the other. Lifter at 3, Lunar Light Tiger, Pendulums again, not doing anything, and that's pretty much your ban list. I mean, the balance overall, I just don't like it. It's just like it didn't shift much other than
it was a weak one,
yeah. Other than killing Snake Eye and hitting Tenpai hard, it essentially did not do anything. Like anything in the semi-limited list or the unlimited list, it's just whatever. It's like
it's like maintenance.
Yeah,
you already knew it's coming back because we slowly brought it to 1, then 2, and now 3.
Yeah,
maintenance.
They could have done this like a long time ago. They could have just like from limit to unlimited. That's it. Why are we slow burning it to like get it off?
I think they should have brought like 1 or 2 haymakers back. Something crazy. Because again, like when they bought Grass is Greener, like everyone was going crazy. Even though I haven't seen anyone really play it, but everyone's oh my god, they brought back Grass.
Yeah, they should have
brought something.
They should have something back. They should have bring something that gets the people talking, and at the end of it, it won't change at all. It won't change nothing other than Razio and Mal still be on top. Like the outcome is not gonna change. Like Heavystone, bring Heavystone to 1. Oh my god, Heavystone to 1, Heavystone to 1. Okay, it's like having Dark Hole at this point, only for back rows.
So dual-sided harpies. Which can come back to 3, in my opinion, but
people are not ready to have that the discussion, man. People are not ready for it, bro.
You know what other people were telling me, or I was reading online as well, that like people were saying like a Rise Heart was going to come back.
Emotional
and I'm like, get out of here. There's not a... People saying nonsense, bro.
That's the same thing as saying VFD is coming back.
Well, the thing is, they were saying Rise Heart's coming back, because both meta decks are like shifter decks. So they were saying that like they could bring it back at one because it would like be part of the format.
What?
But I'm like, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is like knowing Konami, I'm like, no, like, I mean, I want to Rise our back, and that's my deck. But I'm just saying, like, but that's the thing. Like, objectively, I know they were not gonna do it. It was just pure code. But a lot of people were saying, like, yeah, they're gonna bring it back because Malice can play on their shifter. Rizio doesn't really, the only thing Rizio loses is the draw one, and it's like they're not bringing it back.
What?
As much as I want it, as much as I want that and Diabolos to come back, it's not.
It's not gonna happen. It's just the generic cards. Any final thoughts before we move on?
Red Reboot can come back.
Yeah, they should. I'm fine. Red Reboot should come back for Malice. Red Reboot.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking like no. I was thinking like what's it gonna stop besides Labyrinth? No, it'll stop it. Yeah, that's crazy. Red Reboot can come back.
Yeah.
Kaiser Coliseum can come back.
Yeah.
Heavy Storm can come back.
Kaiser Coliseum should be a good addition for Tenpai right now.
Yeah, and again, they just hit in the OCG.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget that like apparently it was always legal. Like it has been banned forever here.
Yeah.
Let me see what else. You know what? F it, Shockmasters. Just for the Ring 4 deck.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, perfect for Rizio.
Dude, that would have been so funny. Low key, that would have been so funny if they're like, oh, by the way, Shockmaster's back only for Rizio formats.
Like, sure.
But you know what? Let's talk about stuff they didn't hit. Bonfire.
And I'm gonna continue to say that they eventually Bonfire is gonna get hit, so that way they can sell 7 Tachyons.
I don't think Bonfire is getting hit. Bonfire is what Rhoda should have been. Like Rhoda should have been
the once per turn. Right.
That's the thing people like don't seem to understand. It's like you can't say Rhoda and Bonfire are the same cards or not. Like
no, they're not the same card.
If I open 3 Rhodas in a warrior deck, I pretty much replenish my hand. Basically. And if you ash 1, cool, I have 2 more to use. You know how horrible it is when you open 3 Bonfires and your first one gets ashed, and now I'm like, cool, I have 2 bricks in hand.
Yeah, but I'm only saying it based on Konami's experience of hitting cards to sell other cards. That's where my head is going. Not because of what you say, because what you say it makes sense and it's 100% true. It's their trajectory of like, this card, we already oversold this card so many times. We're going to hit it so that way you buy this card. Because everybody who want to play Rizio knows that they need to have 7 Tachyons. But hey, wait, let's just limit Bonfire to 1. Now you're forced yourself to buy the 7 Tachyons and essentially removing yourself from Desires and what's the other card? Desires and Small World. Now you have 7 Tachyons with 7 Ascensions. And essentially you got your searchers. You don't need to waste anything. You just go straight to your searchers. That's where I feel like it's gonna happen. But hitting the ban list now, I won't see a ban list until when? March, April. So it makes sense for them to sell the product that they'll be like, here's 7 Tachyons. Oh, here comes Bonfire in the ban list. Oh, it's limited to 1. Shoot, the product's gonna 7 Tachyons' price is gonna shoot up to the sky.
Yeah,
we've seen it happen before for other cards. Like it is possible that they actually do it. What other cards do you think they should hit or bring back? Or that's pretty much it.
I think that's it. I'm really trying to think. No, I don't have. Ava could have come back to 3. Again, that's fine.
Oh, everything that's in the semi-limited should already be at 3.
Go to 3. But like, why is Chicken Game still at 1? Like it got bumped up to 1, and then they're like, "Cool, let's not bring it back to 2. Let's not bring it to 3." That's what I'm saying. Like they're just trolling. What does Chicken Game at 1 do? What versus 3?
Yeah, I agree. And it's a plus and a neg for you. So like,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, again, we're not there in their headquarters. We're not in their mindsets. We don't know what the fuck they're thinking or why they're doing all these things. We're just there to continue to buy their stupid products. That's pretty much the essential thing of why. I think we can move on for the ban list. I have nothing else to say other than it's just like whatever. Do we really need it? Okay, sure, whatever. Let's move on. That's how I feel about this ban list. It's just Let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about this recent Yu-Gi-Oh ban list. Do you guys love it, hate it? Let us know in the comments down below. Moving on to the last topic of the day. We can end it very quickly with this topic. Game Awards 2024. It's coming up. By the time this podcast comes out, the following day or this day of will be the Game Awards, and they're gonna announce like what are the winners and what games made it to the cut. We're gonna come out with our predictions and see what we feel about it. And something that I've talked to my previous guest that came over, Mr. Angry Troll. Shout out to him. This year's Game Awards is very weak. There hasn't been that many games that we could be like, "Ooh, yeah, I say this game will be whatever category or whatnot." It's been a slow year for video games, to be honest. Because as I scroll down the list, and I'm keep seeing some of the same games over and over in that same list, and I was like, that tells me like, yeah, it hasn't been a good year. Because otherwise, I would have seen a lot more variety or better games or whatnot. But so we're just gonna give out our predictions, and you let us know what you guys think, and we'll see who wins on this Thursday, December 12th. Oh, and if you guys haven't voted, you still got time to vote for it. It ends December 11th. So the Game Awards will be out December 12th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, dude, are you ready for this? Are you ready for what your thoughts about this?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So first, Game of the Year is described as recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Here are the nominees: Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elder Ring Shadow of the Earthread, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor Refantasio. I feel Rebirth is going to win Game of the Year.
Really? I don't know. I think...
you think Wukong will be the one?
Metaphor.
Hey, yo, what the
Metaphor, fuck? Really?
I feel like a lot of people say it's better than Persona. I don't know if that's cap or not, but a lot of people are like, this is better than Persona, and Persona is highly regarded.
Interesting. I don't know much about Metaphor, so that's why I did not choose it. Astrobot is PlayStation only. I feel that was a cope. Balatro, I never heard of that game.
It's a card game.
Oh, wow! How did that make it Game of the Year? What? That's not that very creative. What? Wukong, I feel, has a better shot. It comes from an indie company, and it basically like defeated it did so well that people that were playing Concord stopped playing it and they just focus on playing Wukong. That's how good it is. And that's how bad Concord is. Elder Ring. This is a DLC. Something that I also noticed that they decided to include any games that hasn't been released this year, but they release content like an expansion pack or DLCs, they're going to be included for nominees, which again reinforces the fact that it hasn't been a good year. Yeah. So they're just...
I personally would invalidate that. It's a DLC. Like if there's a category for best DLC,
then yeah. But not for Game of the Year, that's what Elder Ring is. Elder Ring Shadow of the Earth, it's just a DLC of the ring. So I would not count that. That's ridiculous. So you say Metaphor, I say Rebirth. Wukong has a better shot than any of those, but I guess we'll see. Moving on to best game direction, and it's the interesting. It's the same
exactly
list.
the same.
Yeah. Either Rebirth or Wukong.
I'll say Wukong.
Okay, fair enough. Best ongoing game, Destiny 2. What? We're still playing Destiny 2?
Yep.
Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14. Wow, okay. Fortnite and Hell's Diver 2. I'm going to go with
Hell's Diver.
Yeah. Even though they told me that Hell's Diver, it was great at the beginning, but now it just kind of died out a little bit. The fact that I still hear people still playing Hell's Diver is like, that game took by storm from every other game. Hell's Diver 2 deserves it.
You know what?
What?
Thinking of Hell Divers, like, oh no, that's best on. I was gonna say Warhammer Space Marine 2 was not nominated for Game of the Year.
That came out this year, right?
Yeah, and then Sparking Zero, which broke like crazy records.
See, I haven't got to the list completely. I might see.
No, I know. We might see them later, but I'm saying like they were not nominated for Game of the Year, even though they broke records or whatever. So
I agree. I'm surprised that they didn't put Sparking Zero, because that definitely like millions of copies were sold and people were playing it. But I guess like one of the arguments that I have with people that they were saying is like, the game is amazing. It has here there buggy mechanics, but it's nothing to like, oh my god, no, it's great. But once once you finish the campaign, then what? Now you just focus on multiplayer. So that's where I hear some people criticizing about it. So I don't know, but I agree. It should have been at least nominated. I would nominate that over Astrobot. Like people are coping with Astrobot on the PlayStation, and I'm a PlayStation user. Like that's ridiculous. And speaking of the ridiculous, best art direction, it's almost the same list. It's Astrobot, Wukong, Elder Ring, Metaphor, and then this one, Neva. I've never heard of that.
I think it'll be Neva. Just because I don't know what it is.
I will say I'm gonna stick with Wukong, because like when I saw Wukong and its trailers and its gameplays and whatnot, like the artistic form of it looks insane. And mind you, this came from an indie company, so it's not a AAA company. It comes from an indie company, and they actually like did heavy, and they emphasize on that game alone. I might actually give it to Wukong on that part. I don't know how, once again, how the hell Astrobot is in best art direction. What's so creative about a freaking bot?
I think I dislike the art direction because it's not the visual art that you see on the screen. Because I remember we did this last year.
Yeah.
And then we both got like juked because it was like, I was like, this game is like bland. And like,
yes.
And do you remember that? We were like, the art style was not, but it was like how they felt the art was portrayed, like something weird. It was not literally like, is this stunning?
Yes.
Remember that? That's what I'm saying. I might just give it a Neva. Like,
okay,
it's randomly there for some reason. Hey, I think it's gonna win.
Follow your guts, man. Follow your guts. Best mobile game: AFK Journey, Balatro, Wuthering Waves. I don't even know how to spell that. Zenless Zone Zero. That's 3 Z's, and then Pokemon TCG Pocket.
No, Pokemon TCG Pocket.
I was gonna say Pokemon TCG Pocket, not because we're Pokemon heads, we're Pokemon fans. We're not trying to be biased about it. We're trying to be objective. It's the fact that anywhere I go, people ask me, "Do you have the Pokemon TCG Pocket download?" I'm like, "No." It's like, "Oh, you should have it." Like anywhere I ask people, even people that don't play Pokemon, like the card game, the TCG. They have it on their phones, so it's like, oh, okay, this is like a great mobile game. So we're gonna give it to that one. Best narrative: Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinity Wealth, Metaphor, Suno Saga Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2.
I'm surprised Sonic X Shadow's not there.
Yeah, because if you added Silent Hill in it, you should have added Sonic and Shadow as well.
Because like as much as like I know Sonic's for kids is like the Shadow's always like mature themes, you know?
Yeah.
Mature stuff. It's like, yeah, his Maria got killed in front of him, like they expand on that story. I play the game, so it's like, yeah, like I mean, end of the day, that's a kid game, but like Shadow has a better narrative, Mm-hmm. I don't think Shadow got nominated for anything. Which is crazy. Maybe like best like kid game, like right, best family game, yeah,
or something, man. Give some love to a Shadow, jeez. With the narrative, I don't want to give it to Silent Hill 2 because it's just a remake. So it's like it's already a story that's already out there. It's just on a remake version of it. So I don't want to give it to them. I'm
gonna say Metaphor again.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with Rebirth because that's the you know what? No, let me change not Rebirth because Rebirth is also a remake game, but they added some different stories and they're actually expanding that. That as I'm playing it, I was like, ooh, they're adding more to the lore out of it. But again, it's like stuff that we already knew, more or less. So I'm between Metaphor and Hell's Blade 2. Just
they need to make a category that's just called Best Remake. That's it. Like
at this point,
stop with like this is a remake, but it could be nominated for anything. It's like no, it's a remake.
Yeah, like they need to do. Everybody needs to do the God of War approach. That God of War is not a remake. And it's a soft reboot, but they don't consider it as a reboot. They consider it as a continuation, but they know that it's its own standalone game. Like you don't need to play the original God of Wars to play this God of War. It's its own standalone thing. That they could give you bits and pieces as to what Kratos is or was,
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that should be an approach that should be taken consideration. And maybe they should stop putting all these remake games into these categories and just put it on one category: remake of the year, best remake, something. Best performance. I don't know any of these actors. I'm surprised that Star Wars Outlaws is in it. One of the actors in there. I'm just gonna choose Rebirth. Brianna White from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm just gonna choose it because I've heard of her name before, so I'm choosing that one. Which one you choose? Rebirth as well?
Yeah, I don't know like any of these people.
That's fine. Best score and music: Astrobot, Rebirth, Metaphor, Silent Hill 2, Stellar Blade.
I'll say Metaphor.
You think it's actually that good that the score and the music?
I don't know. Like I just know it's supposed to be like Persona, but better.
Okay.
So I just feel like Persona is known for the music, so that's what I'm basing it off of. Like,
all right, I'm not trying to dick right Rebirth, but I'm gonna choose Rebirth because like it's any of these Final Fantasy.
It's games. Final Fantasy. Yeah. Like I don't care. Yeah, Final Fantasy always has good scores. So I'll give you that.
So let's see,
like orchestrated.
Yeah, no, like they go above and beyond. Like they will put like movie film level orchestra into this game. Yeah. So that's where I'm basing at it. Best audio: Astrobot, Black Ops 6.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Okay. Rebirth, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. Weird nominations for best audio.
Best audio is also like best sound effects and stuff like that. I don't know.
Okay, if we're gonna go by that, between Silent Hill and Black Ops. If we're gonna go by that,
I'm not giving it to Black Ops because I don't know if you know about the controversy.
No, what's the controversy? Let me hear about it. What's the tea?
So they're doing it now where like if you want you know what sound whoring is, right?
Yeah, I know what sound whoring.
Yeah, so no, not horn, like horror.
Sound whore.
Yeah.
Okay, elaborate.
Okay, that's when you like turn off like all the music, all like everything down, so you only hear like footsteps and nothing else. Like in the gun, obviously. So what they did, that's just like how some like I play like that naturally. Even in games that don't have multiplayer, I just don't play with music.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm just weird. I'll just say that I'm just weird or troll.
No, I wouldn't call it weird. I feel like that's normal. But sometimes I do that. Yeah. I don't know if I
play with no music. Like if you're playing Final Fantasy, like I will go and put the music to 0. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I play a lot of my games without audio. Like I just don't hear the Like I've done that to every Zelda and Pokemon game. No audio. I just mute it completely. Just play like it. Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so in COD or basically multiplayer games, you sound horror when you literally like only want to listen to footsteps and breathing. And so what God did is they made it where like you have to pay like extra if you want to hear like the sounds better.
That's stupid.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just like, why are they like how could it be nominated for best audio when like they're like, but it's behind a paywall? Like
that's ridiculous. All right, then never mind. I'll give it to Silent Hill 2 then. I'll give it to Silent Hill because they have it's a horror game.
It's a horror game. Yeah, I feel like horror games are good with like audio.
Yes,
because you have to like bring the horror to you with the sound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Silent Hill 2 on that one. Best adaptation. Okay, best video game adaptation. So we got Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles.
Fallout, don't even read the list. I don't care.
Wait.
Don't continue.
I need to.
Why? You already said it. Are you saying anything else besides Fallout? Are you gonna literally say anything else besides Fallout?
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna go read the list, but there's no point. There's no point. Like a dragon, no, you're not picking that. What else?
Tomb Raider, The Legend of
You're not picking that.
I need to see. I need to see Arcane and Tomb Raider on Netflix.
You know, apparently this Arcane sucked this season.
Oh really? Oh
yeah, damn. which is bad because I would say like the first season was almost like peak fiction,
right? And then
I heard this season like sucked. I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I always have to give my I'll watch it before I give my like thoughts, but
right.
Everyone's like, nah, like it was so bad, and I'm like, that's really disappointing. And the first season was like crazy.
And Tomb Raider, I want to see it as well because you know we've seen Tomb Raider before, so it's like we might as well watch it. We'll see how good it is or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fallout without a doubt for sure.
Yeah, I already knew it.
Best multiplayer. There's your Warhammer.
Okay.
Space Marine 2 is in there. Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, and Tekken 8.
It's Helldiver.
Yeah.
As much as I actually did like Space Marines, I think it's going to be Helldiver.
It's kind of hard for me.
You also don't play multiplayer.
Well, I don't play multiplayer online, but I do play multiplayer like around people. Because I was gonna say Super Mario Party, like this. I play Super Mario Party with my cousins. Like that's our competitiveness. Like I'm literally the undisputed champion of Super Mario Party for the past almost 5-7 years. Like
how many stars have you stolen?
I stole quite a few.
Hey yo, what the
fuck? I stole quite a few. One of them has helped me beat the other, and I always end up losing halfway through the game when the game mechanic says like, who we think is gonna give the winner, and it always picks me, and then all of a sudden everything goes on my side. Even though I had 0 stars, everyone has like 2 or 3 already. The game was like, I think.
Hold up.
Wilson has the best chance to win, and then I always end up winning.
Hey, yo, what the
So
fuck?
undisputed. I say undisputed. I never said undefeated. I say undisputed.
Undisputed.
Yes.
As much as I love Mario Party, I still think it's Helldiver.
You might be right, but I heard a lot of good things about Tekken 8. Is Tekken 8 not worthy?
I don't know. It's not worthy. I just think Helldiver just has a. The thing is, like, I don't know what they judge it on. Is it like literally one person played the game and they're like, I feel this game is better? Or is it like based on sales or like hype or, like I just don't, to my opinion, it will be Helldiver because I think like more people talked about Helldiver than Tekken.
Okay, fair enough.
But like maybe Tekken is a better game, but again, I just don't know like what their criteria is.
Okay, Helldivers 2. All right.
In my opinion. And yours is what, Mario Party?
Yeah, but that's me biasy.
I mean, you could be biased, your opinion.
Yeah, I'll say Mario Party just for the heck of it. Best independent game. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Wukong is not in in this list because Wukong it's an indie game. It was just so popular and it exploded. So I'm surprised that it's not. But Animal Well, Palatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50 are in this list. And I have no idea on any of them. We're just going to stick with Neva.
It might be Neva. It might be Palatro. I'm not sure. Yeah. Also, I'm looking more into Wukong, and it says that they are is a Chinese video game development company best known for the released AAA game Black Myth Wukong.
Well, now it's a AAA, but before it wasn't.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just reading what they're saying, like online, like the wiki.
Right. Debut indie game. We really don't care much about it. Most anticipated game. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. No. Ghost of Jotai. Yay. GTA 6, yay. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, yay. And Monster Hunters Wilds.
Wild. Oh my God, it's so hard. First of all, I feel like GTA is very like, people want it, but after the first trailer, people are like, this game is just troll.
I feel Metroid Prime will take it.
I love Metroid Prime.
I love Metroid.
Yeah. I also love like Monster Hunter. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm stuck between Metroid Prime 4 and Monster Hunter, but I'll give it to Metroid Prime.
I'm stuck between Metroid Prime 4 and Ghost of Jotai because Ghost of Tsushima was an insane game, a masterpiece of a game, and this is the sequel to it. So I don't know. I might give it to Ghost of Jotai, but I'm with Metroid Prime as well. Best role-playing game, Dragon's Dogma 2. I feel like we've seen this last year, but sure. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Entry, Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Metaphor. Not gonna give it to Rebirth because it's more action than role-playing. And I'm not gonna. Metaphor. Yeah, I'm gonna say Metaphor. I don't want to give it to Elden Ring because it's only the DLC that's made it like where it is.
I feel with how much I've said Metaphor, I feel like people are like, I'm deriding it, but it's like I've never played it. Like, I'm just going off what I've heard. Like, but that's the thing, right? Like, games are hype, probably should win awards. I don't know. Like,
I'm gonna stick with Metaphor. I'm role playing. I'm not gonna say Rebirth. Like I said, it's an action. Games for Impact. Closer the Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange, Hellblade 2, and Tales of Kenzera. Like games that have impacted the community or something? I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
All right. We'll just pick Neva. Content creator. I don't know any of the streamers, honestly. I'll just choose techno gamers. That's the one I will choose. It's Queso,
okay. Queso. Queso is so funny, bro. You never seen Queso?
No, I've heard of techno gamers, but I never heard Queso.
Dude, Queso is so troll. He's so funny. I'll send you some clips and you're gonna be like, nah, Queso's a GOAT. He's like, I'll be honest, he's just like, he's a big guy.
Uh-huh.
And then he plays into it. So like he'll play like like he'll do like GTA Online, right?
Yeah.
And he'll be like a cop, but he'll like modify or like max stats where like the guy's just super like obese.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's just running around the police station like super fat and like trolling people. Like it's so, dude, it's just so fun. I'll send you clips.
All right, fair enough.
Queso, I don't know. Queso deserves it. Queso is so funny.
All right, fair enough.
And I don't watch streamers. You know, like I don't really like watching streamers. But I see clips of him. I'm like, no, this guy is funny.
All right.
So who are the other ones?
Queso, Ilu Juan, Techno Gamers, Typical Gamer, and Usara Pecora.
I've heard zero of these people. I'm not in my head because I don't know any of these, not because I dislike them or anything.
Yeah. I only know about Techno Gamers. That's the only one I know.
I know Queso, bro. He's so funny.
All right. So now we've gone to some great nitty gritty stuff. Best action adventure: Astrobot. Why? Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Okay.
You know that came out.
Yeah. Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. It wasn't that good.
Oh.
Like, this is the one that Zelda is the main character.
Yeah, I feel like people will pick it because of that.
Yeah. I would just pick Silent Hill 2 at that point. Prince of Persia, the fuck? Best action: Wukong, Black Ops 6. I thought that's shooter for sure. Helldivers 2. What? Okay. Space Marine 2, and then Stellar Blade. I'll choose Wukong. You would choose Space Marine?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Here we go. Best fighting: Sparkling Zero has to be there. 100%. Tekken 8 is there. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. I don't have that. Marvel versus
it's an Arc Systems game. I can see it winning just because of that.
Really? Over Sparking Zero and Tekken 8?
I feel like you don't know how like much people like Arc games.
Yeah, they're a bunch of dick riders. Fight me, guys. Fight me. Marvel versus Capcom Fighting Collection. I don't know why it's there because it's not a new game. It's just a collection of all Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Multiverses. Like, what? This came out last year as well. Or something like that. Well, no,
last year was the beta.
So this year's the original version?
The official release, yes.
Yeah, it's still nobody cares. But what the heck do I know? I'm a Dragon Ball head, so.
I'll say Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Yeah, fuck that. Innovation in accessibility? I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what that means.
I'll just say Black Ops 6.
Yeah, Black Ops 6. Fine by me. Best community support: Baldur's Gate, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldiver 2, and No Man's Skies. There's no way there's people still stick right on No Man's Skies.
I'll say Helldiver 2. I feel like
over Fortnite and Baldur's Gate?
Yes, because when I assume, again, this is my interpretation of what that award means. I assume they mean that like the community said something and they actually supported them or did it. And I feel Helldiver did that. Because remember the whole like controversy with like you needed a PSN even though you could buy it off of PlayStation.
Yes.
And then they immediately took it back. And then when they nerf some guns, they bring it back. Like I feel like they actually listened to them.
All right, sounds fair by me.
But again, that's just assuming that's what that award is supposed to be about.
All right. So now, best family game: Astrobot. Why the hell you're there? Princess Peach, Showtime, Super Mario Party, Zelda, The Plucky Squire. I'm just gonna stick it to Super Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario Party. Yeah,
100%. Best sim strategy game: Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kinutsugami Path of the Goddess, Manor Lords, and Unicorn Overlord. I'm just gonna go with Age of Mythology.
I'll say Unicorn.
Oh, okay.
It's another Atlas game.
Oh, there we go.
Again, I'm just going off of the studio.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine. Best sports racing: F124, EA Sports FC25, fuck EA, NBA 2K25, Top Spins 2K25, and WWE 2K24. I'm gonna go with NBA 2K25.
NBA, yeah. I don't know anything. Yeah, they all look the same.
Yeah, it's just every year better graphics, but it's literally the same thing over. Best VR and AR game: Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger, and Metro Awakening. I'm just gonna choose Batman Arkham Shadow.
Batman, yeah.
Best EA Sports game: Counter-Strike, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and Valorant. I'm between League or Valorant.
Best esports game?
Yeah.
I'll probably say Valorant.
All right. That's fair.
Because it just came on console, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. And then the last two categories are best esports athlete and best esports team. I don't know any of this.
Yeah, you can just skip it. I don't know any of these people. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much our Game of the Year awards list. So there's some, again, based off the list that we just read, it's been a weak year, literally.
Yeah.
It's been a weak year of video games. So there's literally nothing that tells me like, oh my God, yeah, that one or that one. Like, no, I feel like last year there was a way better variety. This year it was more or less the same game on every category. And sometimes it's the same list as well. So there's not that many and even the selection itself, like, wow, I agree that there's certain games that are like, oh my God, they overexceed their expectations and whatnot. Still, I don't feel like they truly deserve the category that they deserve. Like Sparking Zero, I can see it on the best fighting game, but I can also see it Game of the Year over Astro Bob, that it's almost on every category, including best game, audio, music, and whatnot. I'm like, what are we talking about?
I won't be surprised if it wins, because I feel like Sony is just giving the Game of the Awards like all this money.
Yeah, I won't be surprised either. But yeah, dude, I think that's our list, man. Any final thoughts out of all this?
No, but I will send you clips of Queso and you're gonna laugh.
All right, fair enough. Send me Quesos. I'm gonna try to see it. I can't promise because I have to work that day. What are the odds that I have to work late on the day of the Game Awards? And I was
the Game Awards,
yeah, and I was ready to like literally record and do a live reaction on YouTube and whatnot. I was like, yes, I can do this. Then bam, that happened. I'm like, well, that screwed up my plans. Great. Yeah, guys, like any final thoughts before we wrap this up, man?
I don't have anything.
Well, guys, let us know in the comments down below what you guys think about this year's Game Awards. Like, do you guys love it, hate it? Do you think some of these predictions that we made can potentially win, or you've had something in your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below. We're gonna wrap this up. Tune in for next week or so. Mike, thank you very much for coming on the episode as always, brother.
No problem.
Before we wrap it up, let the people know when they can follow you and check on your latest videos.
Yes. YouTube, Instagram, and maybe not TikTok anymore because the game went through. At Mike Phoenix Hero. I do Yu-Gi-Oh content, a little bit of Union Arena content. My latest video is my live reaction to the Banlist, which we discussed, in depth. But if you want to see my actual reaction, You can check it out there. That's pretty much it for me.
Absolutely. Thank you, as always, brother, for coming over to the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't you forget to like and subscribe for your weekly episodes here at youtube.com/Wolf Geek Pod. That's Wolf with a V, Geek Pod. Or you can also check it out at wolfgeekpod.com. You can check all my latest episodes. You can also check the audio version at SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts at A Wolf in Geeks Clothing or Lone Wolf Podcast. Comment down below. Let me hear your thoughts. Share your experiences. If you guys got a specific topic that you want us to cover, please let us know in the comments down below. We're going to do our best to talk about it on the next episode. So, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one. All right? Peace.